Have you ever met someone who remains calm and unprovoked no matter how others provoke, humiliate, or irritate them? You might think they are deep in the heart or already numb, but the truth is more powerful. They are not without emotions, but others simply cannot touch their emotions. There is an invisible barrier in their heart, and all the disturbances from the outside world only hit the wall outside this barrier. This is not an innate talent, but a top-level psychological defense system that can be cultivated the day after tomorrow, the emotional immunity logic of masters. Those truly tough people never lose their temper when betrayed or provoked, not because they are cowardly, but because there is a switch in their minds that completely disconnects others' actions from their own sense of self-worth. You need to know that the ultimate truth of emotional freedom is never holding back your anger. But ***, no one has the right to make you angry ***. This emotional immunity method has 3 steps, and you can use it right after listening. The first trick, insert a reaction gap and pull yourself out of the instinctive reaction machine. Most people are slaves to their emotions. They immediately lose their temper at a word or a move from others, which is an innate instinct. But an emotional immune person will force a buffer zone, even if it's only 3 seconds, before their emotions explode. For example, at the negotiation table, the other party points at you and curses to lower the price, calling you a liar and your company a fake one. Ordinary people either fight back on the spot, hurry to explain, or leave angrily. But a master will first mark in their heart, he's anxious, and he's covering up his anxiety with anger. After 3 seconds, he takes a sip of water and says lightly, "I can see you're under a lot of pressure." Are you done venting? If so, let's continue talking about the terms. If you don't take the bait, all the other parties' attacks fall flat, and he will start to panic instead because he finds that you are completely uncontrollable. The second trick, projection reversal, and see through the weakness behind the attack at a glance. Most of the time, others' attacks are not aimed at you, but at themselves. All the accusations and belittlements are projections of their inner hearts. A relative discourages you from starting a business, saying you're messing around and living an unstable life. If you get angry, you are accepting their evaluation. But a master's brain will automatically translate, "He's not evaluating me, but fearing his own life." When he sees me daring to take risks and fight for my dreams, he is reminded of his own cowardice and retreat back then, so he has to put me down to make his heart feel better. When you see this layer, there will be no anger in your heart, only pity for the other party. The third trick, emotional alchemy, treating bad people and bad things as a whetstone to polish yourself. This is the highest level of emotional immunity. The one who can irritate you the most can expose your shortcomings the most. When meeting such a person, you are not destroyed by them, but forced to upgrade. Encountering a crazy boss who slams folders and scolds people at every turn, ordinary people suffer from mental internal friction every day and feel that going to work is like going to a funeral. But a master will change his perspective and treat him as a boss in a life level. He will think, since this boss is so hard to deal with, if I can handle him, I can easily manage even the most abnormal customers in the future. So he starts to study the boss's temper pattern, practice the skill of calming others down with 1 sentence, and train himself not to be led by the nose. Half a year later, he may be the only one in the company who can calm the boss down. Others are terrified of the boss, but he has become the fastest growing person. Every time your emotions are triggered by others, ask yourself, what ability is he forcing me to develop? When you start to look at those bad people in this way, they are no longer your nightmare, but a trainer for you to improve yourself. Finally, you must remember that the secret of masters never getting angry is never suppressing emotions or swallowing insults, but reshaping the relationship between yourself and the outside world. You no longer regard others' actions as a value evaluation of yourself, but only as a piece of information, a sample, and a material for growth. From today on, set a rule for yourself. Stop for 3 seconds before speaking. Keep doing this, And you will find that it is getting harder and harder for others to manipulate you and irritate you. You are no longer a prisoner of emotions, but a controller who stands aside and watches emotions calmly.